Are there laws that restrict judicial discretion in the United States? Imagine a courtroom where judges have complete freedom to decide cases based solely on their personal judgment. While that might sound appealing to some, the reality is much more structured. In the United States, the legal system incorporates various rules and standards designed to guide and sometimes limit the decisions judges can make. These restrictions aim to promote fairness, consistency, and adherence to established laws. One primary way judicial discretion is limited involves statutory laws enacted by legislative bodies such as Congress or state legislatures. These laws specify certain criteria or guidelines that judges must follow when making rulings. For example, sentencing laws often set minimum and maximum penalties for specific crimes, reducing the judge's ability to impose a sentence outside those bounds. Similarly, civil statutes may define specific procedures or standards that influence how judges evaluate evidence or interpret legal issues. Another significant factor is the use of legal precedents established by higher courts. Courts at the appellate level, including the Supreme Court of the United States, set binding precedents that lower courts are required to follow. This doctrine of stare decisis ensures consistency across cases and limits the scope of judicial interpretation. When a higher court clarifies or rules on a legal issue, lower courts must adhere to that interpretation, reducing the potential for arbitrary decision-making. Judicial discretion is also shaped by constitutional provisions. The United States Constitution provides fundamental rights and protections that courts must uphold. For instance, the Fourth Amendment restricts searches and seizures, and courts are bound to interpret these protections within the framework of existing laws. These constitutional constraints serve as a legal boundary for judicial decision-making. Furthermore, procedural rules established by courts, such as rules of evidence and rules of civil and criminal procedure, set limits on how judges conduct trials and reach decisions. These rules ensure that cases are handled fairly and consistently, preventing judges from making rulings based on personal bias or arbitrary factors. While judges do have a degree of discretion, these various laws, precedents, and procedural rules work together to create a structured legal environment. They serve to balance judicial independence with accountability, ensuring that decisions are rooted in law and consistent with established legal principles.